Hi there, I'm Cyan and welcome to Something Cyancey. I was recently talking to my dad about how people are spending an absolutely ridiculous amount of money on cloning their pets. This isn't a practice that's recognised in the UK where I live, but it does happen elsewhere. The question is though, is it really worth it? Well, to answer this question we first must ask ourselves, what exactly is cloning? The kind of cloning we're talking about here is when you create an individual that is genetically identical to another one, so they have the same DNA. A lot of people think about Dolly the sheep when they hear cloning. That's because in 1996, Dolly was the first mammal to be cloned from an adult mammary gland cell. There were clones from before then, but they were made from embryonic cells instead of adult cells, which is why she is so famous. So, how did they do it? Well, they took the adult cell from the sheep to be cloned and an egg cell from another sheep. They took the nucleus out of the egg cell, the nucleus is the bit of the cell with the DNA in it, and replaced it with the nucleus of the adult cell. This is then stimulated to act like a normal embryo. Now, when DNA ages in cells, the ends of the DNA, called the telomeres, get shorter. But as the egg and nucleus mix and become an embryo, a protein called telomerase makes the telomeres longer again, so the DNA looks younger. Once the embryo is formed, it was put inside another surrogate sheep, which carried and gave birth to Dolly just like any other baby. This is the same way they clone pets. The US company Viagen charges $50,000 US for a dog and $25,000 US for a cat to be cloned. This requires taking a sample, preferably when your animal is still alive, or at least straight after they die, which requires taking a small biopsy, which is a chunk of skin, and this kind of hurts. That's why most vets in the UK won't do it. Also, cloning in the UK requires a special license for animal experimentation, which is why it's not commercially available here. There's also a lot of research that suggests that cloned animals are more likely to have growth and development problems, as well as more likely to develop pneumonia and tumours. But at least you have your beloved pet back, right? Well, no, not really. This animal is not the same as your pet. Have you ever met identical twins? They are natural clones of each other, but they're not the same person. They have different experiences, different opinions, and sometimes they even look a bit different because of what we call epigenetics, which is where the DNA is the same, but it's read differently. I don't think it's worth that much money to clone a pet, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Cloning is now being used for other things. In 2000, a type of Spanish goat called the Pyrenean ibex went extinct. But scientists kept DNA samples, and in 2009, using a goat surrogate and goat eggs, they cloned the animal. The clone only lived for 7 minutes before its lungs collapsed. Like I said, clones tend to have developmental problems. This is the first case of de-extinction. Now they're looking at all sorts of other animals, like mammoths, to bring back from the beyond. Whether they should or not is another question. And if you're interested in the morality of cloning, then you can read about it in my blog. The link is in the description. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any new videos, because I release a new one on the first Thursday of the month. If you have any comments and questions about this video, or anything that you'd like to see next, leave it in the comment box below. But as always, you've come for the science and now stay for the song. There is an explanation of the chorus in the description down below, but this song is called Sheep. If I took an egg and a sample from my skin and nucleated and electroporated to let the nucleus in, I could make a baby that looked just like me. It could be the human version of Dolly. She was a sheep, TCT CAT. She was a sheep, GAA GAG. Yeah, she's a sheep, CCT, genetically identical sheep. Whoa. The first fully cloned animal actually was a frog, and you can now clone any pet, a cat, a rat or dog. We may even one day clone animals extinct. But when I say cloning, what do you think? You think of sheep, TCT CAT. sheep, CCT, genetically identical sheep. Whoa, isn't it cool? The embryo lengthens telomeres, so the clone does not reflect the aging donor's years. But still clones get tumors, develop bronchopneumonitis. And do you know who developed early onset arthritis? It was Dolly the sheep, TCT CAT. Yeah, she's a sheep, GAA GAG. She got ill sheep, CCT, genetically identical sheep. Whoa, what makes me me? And what makes you you? Is it all the things we say, or all the things we do? And what if you had a clone who was like you in every way? Are you both the same, or do you just have the same DNA? Oh, whoa, sheep, TCT CAT. Yeah, we'd be sheep, GAA GAG. We're all just sheep, CCT, genetically identical sheep. Whoa, sheep, TCT CAT. Yeah, we'd be sheep, GAA GAG. We're all just sheep, CCT, genetically identical sheep. Whoa. Thanks for watching. Bye!